So today we're going to talk about a core stability exercise that should immediately improve your ability to throw and catch. The theory behind this is quite simple. Basically, the more stable you can keep your spine and your trunk, the less work your arm is going to have to do to coordinate a throw. So as an extreme example, if everything's super unstable, it's going to be quite hard work to coordinate and aim my arm in exactly the right position at exactly the right time to get this ball to go where I want. Whereas if I can keep everything nice and still, then I've just got a lot less work to do in terms of the throw and catch. Now we're going to get right into this one. So the exercise just goes like this. You need an object to throw and catch that you don't mind maybe dropping on the floor a few times. If you're really terrible at catching or throwing, you don't really need to be throwing very high, but what you want to go for is just try and find the position where you can throw and catch to that's challenging, but you can do it most of the time. And obviously, if you're a little more competent with this, you might want to find a bigger space where you can throw higher, or maybe if you're a juggler, you start adding in more objects to make it more challenging. But basically, what we're going to do, once you've got a feel for how well you can do it, you're going to try and give yourself a more difficult balance challenge. So maybe that's you bring your feet together, maybe one in front of the other, stand on one leg or on a balance board, and just try it again. Give another couple of goes at throwing and catching and see, does it make it easier to throw? Can you throw higher, more accurately, just much less effort when it comes to the catch? Or does it make it much harder or nearly impossible? And then we're going to go the other way as well. So you want to make the balance easier by either widening your stance, maybe you lean against the wall, sit down in a chair, but somewhere within that range you should find a sweet spot, and it'll be different for everybody, where throwing and catching just becomes much easier. And the reason for that is as well as the physiological, like how tight I'm holding everything, how straight I'm standing, a lot of your reflexive balance is controlled by your inner ear. And basically what we're looking for is we want to give it just the right amount of stimulation that it works as hard as it possibly can without us having to think about what's going on there. So basically, once we've done this, we should have two options. If you're new to throwing and catching, or if you're trying a skill that maybe you haven't looked at much before, you should be able to go to this sweet spot that makes your throwing and catching much easier. Or if you're trying something that you're a lot more competent with, you can give yourself a little more challenge in terms of the coordination of everything by just going the opposite way. So if you needed to make yourself wider and more grounded to make balancing easier, you go into a more difficult position. Or if you found that actually your throwing's better when you're on one leg with one eye closed or something like that, you could actually make the balance part much easier and see, actually, does your body have a lot more of a difficult time to control what's going on. But anyway, that's your exercise. Let me know how you get on, or if you have any questions. Otherwise, thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.